Okay. Greeting everyone. Jum'ah Mubarakah. This is my profile in X account. Today is Friday. I thought I will do this live broadcast in English. I thought maybe it can reach a broader audience. The topic of the discussion is my main topic, my main vision, my main goal that I would like to share with you in this time, because we are living in a very you can say a very changing time with the AI, with quantum mechanics, quantum computing, global warming. The world is changing in a big way. And in Sudan, there is a big war happening. Started in April 2023, and the war started by the Islamic past regime, which is linked directly to the Muslim Brotherhood organization. So now the world is caught between those two forces, the right wing forces and the left wing forces. We also saw that the Muslim Brotherhood are becoming more powerful, more influential they're becoming more influential in the world, in the United States, in the Congress. We're seeing the UAE, the United Arab Emirates, it's taking a stand. We're seeing the UAE is becoming a world-class country. And all this change happen. You can, if you're not in the political arena, if you're not reading the signs, interpreting the what's going on, it might come as a shock. It might come as quite a shock to you. So we part of the civilian. First, let me introduce myself properly. So basically, I'm part of the Sumud Alliance, led by former Prime Minister Abdullah Hamdok. And since the war started, we've been doing a lot of discussions regarding how we can find a national project that can bring Sudanese people together, especially now with the war. The tribal strife and the ethnic fight has become the main topic, and this is what the Muslim Brotherhood and Port Sudan Authority they are trying to hide the Muslim Brotherhood agenda by using this ethnic division between Sudanese people. So what we are presenting is a Sudanese national identity. So I'm sure you know, Sudan it used to be the biggest in Africa before the separation of South Sudan. And there are many ethnic groups, many tribes, many languages in Sudan. And the war with the Muslim Brotherhood and RSF, the war now is making this ethnic and tribal strife becoming more vivid. We also see Egypt is taking a part in this war. Egypt, Qatar, Turkey, Iran, you name it. All the Muslim Brotherhood cover government, let me say, are part of this. They are part of the war in Sudan, and they are fueling the war in Sudan. While UAE is taking a different stand. The UAE is taking the civilian authority and the civilian Sudanese stand. UAE has developed rapidly since its independence, and now it becomes a world-class country that the whole world now is seeing UAE as a place, a safe haven. So let's talk about the Quarter, which is a group of 4 countries: UAE, USA, UAE, Saudi Arabia, and Egypt. So the Quarter for Sudan, the Quarter is for Sudan case, but for my own personal opinion, I see that the Quarter is going to become more than just for Sudan. Because the Quarter is the countries that have publicly put the Muslim Brotherhood as a terrorist organization. So that's basically why the Quarter has been formed, let's say. So the other countries like Qatar, Turkey, those two countries who are involved in the war in Sudan, and in the same time they're not part of the Quarter because they are backing and supporting the Muslim Brotherhood publicly. Unfortunately, we're seeing now that Saudi Arabia is taking a sort of an Egyptian and Egyptian side in the war, and the problem with the Egyptians is that they are fighting. They are trying to stop Sudan from develop. And they made an agenda to stop Sudan from becoming a developed country, to keep Sudan poor, to keep Sudan in need, so they can take all the resources for themselves. To take all the resources for themselves. So they are backing the Muslim Brotherhood in Sudan while they are fighting them in their own land. And this is the double standards. This is the double standards. They're trying to make some kind of a fight, a struggle between the Sudanese and the Emiratis, which is something they cannot really achieve. Why they cannot achieve? Because we live together. My father, for example, he been passed away. Peace be upon him. Peace be upon us all. May he rest in peace. ربنا يرحمه. My father, he was one of the first Sudanese to go to the UAE and work in the UAE since it's been 35 years. My father used to work in Abu Dhabi. So when I hear people in the Port Sudan Authority and the Muslim Brotherhood, they are trying to say that they're trying to make us look bad as a Sudanese. They're trying to make us look ignorant and uncivilized, and this is the image that they want to present. This is the image that they want to present. But the UAE knows better. The UAE knows my father and many Sudanese who work in the UAE, and they help building the UAE. So the Emiratis knows us, and we know the Emiratis. So trying to make a gap between us, or trying to make some kind of fight between us, it's not working. It's not working because we know UAE, we lived in UAE, we know the greatness of the people of the UAE. So why they are doing that? They are doing that because UAE didn't back the Muslim Brotherhood, because the UAE did not support the Egyptian agenda of keeping Sudan undeveloped, keeping Sudan in war, keeping Sudan in hunger, in need. The UAE did not join that club. Yeah? So there is a club, club of influencers around the world, USA, Iran, China, you name them. The European Union, the African Union. So some of those big influencers, politicians, whatever, governments, some governments like UAE, Qatar, Turkey, those governments, they have a plan to keep Sudan in a war zone until they can find a way on how to bring the Muslim Brotherhood again, to bring the old regime again. They know they cannot bring the old regime right now. So they are making this war, they are fueling this war. There is the Port Sudan Jibril Ibrahim, one of the Port Sudan authorities. He wears the army suit everywhere he goes lately to show that he's in a state of war. And he put all Sudan in a state of war. He's a Muslim Brotherhood, and he's a warrant from the Congress came on his name. So now he is wanted by the U.S. government as a terrorist, and he's hated by all Sudanese people, and he wears the army suit showing that he is ready for war. So this is just an example of what we are witnessing. Let me cut this story short, and let me put the audience on the light about our Sudanese national identity. So, since independence, 1965, Sudan has been labeled as an Arab country. And from that time, South Sudan started war, 50 years of war. Then the Darfur crisis started, and now we're here. So the actual root cause of all problems in Sudan is the identity, the national identity. This is the root cause for all our problems. Some politicians admit it, and some politicians try not to. Like, for example, the most of the Darfurian army groups, they are ethnic groups. So that they belong to one tribe. So Jibril and Mannawi, they belong to one tribe, and they are running the tribe as a fuel of war. You got RSF, Hemeti, and his family, they are also running a sort of a tribal war. But if you want to compare the two, you'll see that RSF are better. They are in a better situation regarding the Sudanese people, because at least they are fighting for the right of the Sudanese people and the right of a civilian government. So yeah, this is something we need also to implement. Shout out to all my Emirati activists. I watch you on X account about talking about UAE and the Muslim Brotherhoods and South Sudan Authority and all that. It's a big challenge that we have now. I think we are in this thing together. We will overcome. We will overcome this. So the national project, why is it so special? Because it's about the Nile Valley civilization, and that's what makes it so appealing. So we're talking about ancient Kemet, they call it, which is the original name. the pyramids and the hieroglyph, which is the language, and the culture, which is a culture that the first civilization that bring humanity, that uplift humanity. So now we are in a fight, a huge fight for our humanity. And the AI is involved in this. How AI involved? So AI is a big change and a test to our humanity. All the money is being poured in AI. Most of the big investment is in the AI. So when you put that bigger of investment on a new technology, and there is a biggest humanitarian crisis in the world, which is in Sudan. So the humanitarian crisis in Sudan is the biggest in our modern time. So it's bigger than the Gaza crisis and the Ukraine crisis combined. If you put them together, the Sudanese crisis is bigger. And all the international humanitarian organizations, United Nations, UNICEF, IOM, you name it, all of them, they have put reports on this. Also, the governments around the world, the US government, UAE government, European Union, the African Union, they all of them, they have admit that the crisis in Sudan is the biggest in the world. So it's a test to our own humanity as a global citizen that we are witnessing this big or the biggest humanitarian crisis, and we are investing in AI. You see where I'm going here? Because AI can be beneficial for humanity. I 100% agree on that. But if there's a humanitarian crisis like the one in Sudan, and the people are rushing to invest in AI, there's a problem. There's a problem in our value. There's a problem in our priorities. There's a problem in our priorities. So, the national project we present is the Nile Valley Civilization. So, once you learn the language, once you study the language, which is very important in our project. Why? Because, and this is I'm saying this for the Emirati people. You have to get away from the unknown, the mystery of the Nile Valley Civilization, to break that unknown, to break that the gap between ancient civilization and our modern time is through the language. Is through the language. So the language has two names, proper names, original names for them. The first one is Medunecher or Meduneter. That's the first name, and this is the name for the glyph that has pictures in it, birds, animals, trees. Hieroglyph, they call it hieroglyph, which is a Greek terminology, and it's quite interesting when you decipher these words, because hieroglyphica, that's the ancient term, it actually means written script or divine script. Helios actually is the sun in Greece, and hieroglyph is it's the sacred writing. That's the word for it. But when you come to the original language, what they call the script, they call it Madu nature. When you translate the word, Madu actually means words. It means words, and nature means God. So Madu nature means the word of God. The word of God, not a glyph, not a glyph. It's a word. That's number one. Number two, the other term, which is my personal favorite, because this is the term we're going to use for our national project. It's the name that represents the national identity for Sudan, which is Rankama. You say it with me? Rankama. Rankama. And Rankama means the mouth. Ra means mouth. And Ni means four. Nikama means four kama. Like in Arabic, you change the N with an L. You say li kama. Laka, li. In Arabic, in Midunacha, naka, ni. Ni. So, ra ni kama means the mouth of Kama. Or Kemet. So, what is Kemet? Kemet is the national identity of the Nile Valley civilization. So most people, especially the archaeologists, are caught up in the discovery arena. They are opening tombs, which is not appropriate if you think about it. They are opening tombs. They are excavating, and they are solving mysteries, and Tutankhamun and the mummy, the screaming mummy, and investigation and a murder case, and so they make this series in National Geographic and all that to make. They give in one side of the Nile Valley civilization. In the Sudanese identity, in the Sudanese nationality, we are bringing a different side. We are bringing that national side that writing speaks about the land, the people, the love of the land, the love of the people. Because Kemet is a very used word in literature. It's the name of the country. So I'm a Kemet, I'm a Kemeti, meaning that I'm a Sudani. So Kemet means black. Kam, the word kam means black, and when you put the T, it becomes feminine. So the black land in a feminine. In a feminine verb, in English they don't have a feminine and a masculine. It's only in Arabic, in the Semitic languages. In Arabic, in Amharic, Tigrinya, they have for the man and for the woman. So Rankama hieroglyph, Midunecha, is a Semitic language, and it's sister to Arabic language, and Tigrinya and Amarinya and the Cushitic, all the Cushitic languages. So the language has been deciphered 200 years ago by a French scholar, a French linguist named François Champollion. And they, after the discovery, they opened the first university in Sorbonne in France. They opened the first college, Egyptology. And from that time until now, the study have developed. The study have developed, and now it becomes an international case study. So you will find Japanese Egyptologists, Chinese Egyptologists, you find Italian Egyptologists, you find very small number of Egyptian Egyptologists as well. So how come, why there is no Emirati Egyptologists? Why you think about it? Because what makes UAE so unique and so great is that UAE strategy, they take the best of all the world has present. They take the last development stage of whatever it is, and they put it on their development agenda. For example, AI. So AI is a new technology, it's just started. The UAE now is the biggest investor in AI. Many examples like this. So when I speak to Emiratis, when I speak to UAE, our allies in this, I'm speaking from that Egyptology, from that study, from that Egyptology side, because what is Egyptology? I'm going to say it very clearly: is the study of Kemet. You study the language, the culture, everything. So one of the things that I want to tell the Emiratis, and I bet they will find this very intriguing, which is the name of the falcon. So the falcon is the most famous figure in the Kemetic legacy, in the Kemetic culture. So the falcon or the hawk, in the Sudanese language, it's called al-hur. Al-hur. That's interesting because the word in al-hur is the bird, is actually the falcon itself. The falcon itself. In Arabic, saqr. Saqr. So you have to distinguish between the falcon and the vulture. The falcon and the vulture. They're both great birds. They are both strong predators, birds, but they're not the same. They're not the same. So a saqr in Arabic and a nisr in Arabic. So a nisr is not like a saqr. They're both birds, but the qualities are different. The qualities are different. A saqr, we're talking about the hawk, which is the symbol of the Emirati, the symbol of the Emirati country, the falcon, which is the symbol of the Emirati nation. That's the that's the symbol that's the biggest, the most influential figure in all Kemetic civilization, the falcon, the falcon. So the Greek, which is the famous name for the falcon, the most people know in the corrupt Greek terminology, because Greek have conquered ancient Nile Valley, so they change many things. One of the things, the hieroglyph is a Greek, so they call Hur. Hur is the bird. Hur is the falcon. The original pronunciation is Hur. So just like the Arab calls it these days, the Arab calls it Hur. So the Greek call it Horus. The reason is that the Greek, they put S at the end of any sentence, any Kemetic sentence. So Hur is the bird, is the falcon. It's been called Hur right now. If you go to these Arab falconers, if you go to the Arab falconers and you want to buy, and you want to check out all the birds, and you will hear they will say Hur Hur, wakri harar, wakri. So al-hur is a part of the breeding of the falcon. So there is a pure hur, and there is like this. So it's part of it's the core of the Emirati culture, if you say. So that tells you the connection. That tells you the connection. So the Greek call it Horus. They put a S in the end of the sentence, like Isis, which is a sit, and a sit is we in Sudan we call the woman sit. In Egypt as well, and in Ethiopia as well. So the Ethiopians, they call the man Si, and they call the woman Sit. So these are words deep rooted in the Sudanese language. So now what we are trying to present is that this language, they call it hieroglyph these days, or ancient Egyptian language. These are only names. They don't mean anything. They just reference. The true name is Ronkama, and it means the mouth of Kama. And Kama means the black land, which is Sudan means the black land. And this is what we're aiming for. So the big change is coming right now is us reclaiming this. Why? Because once we reclaim this legacy, we will bring Sudanese together. And instead of Sudanese fight over their tribe, they will fight over the Kemetic legacy and let the best man win. So what we are presenting is a Sudanese national identity. We call our movement Sudan-centric, which is centered around Sudan, and we want to demolish all tribal benefit. So my tribe has nothing to do with the national project. Other people, tribe, Hemeti's tribe is not involved in the national project. Yasser Arman tribe is not involved in the national Dr. Abdullah Hamdok former prime minister, and now the leader of Sumud Alliance. His tribe is not part of the national project. So we are the people who need the project the most, because we didn't invest it in our own tribe like other Sudanese armies or Sudanese politicians. There is a politician, whatever you want to call it these days. Amaseb, his name is Amaseb. He's staying in UAE, and he's backing the Islamists in Sudan. He's backing. He's leading an ethnic movement. He's making division between Sudanese people, and I'm sad that to see that the authorities in the UAE are keeping him there. He should be kicked out from the Emirati soil. He should be away, because his policies is against UAE, is against Sudanese Civilian Front, against Sumud, and his agenda is to bring the Islamists back to power, and he used this ethnic background to fuel this. So that's why we need this national project, because this national project will take the attention of the people from the tribal fights into the national, or to the national identity. So we won't be caught up in a tribal fight, like with the fighting with this tribe X, tribe Y, because that's what he's doing. He speaks about tribal wars, and he fuels that to hide the Islamists. That's number one, to hide the Islamists, and to keep the war going, to fuel the war going. Basically, this is it. I wanted to show, to have this live broadcast, and I want to give the people a head start. I've been doing this for a long time. I've been doing this for almost 15 years, maybe more. I've been doing this for a long time, but every day I evolved myself, and every day I discover things. I discover new things. So you can't know everything. You will always be surprised. You will always find something new. But this alliance, this Emirati alliance, is something that is very, very, very important in this time, because we are going to make it big. You know about the pyramids, right? So we have the pyramids in Sudan, the biggest complexion of pyramids around the world. So the Qatari, by the way, the people in Qatar, the government, because they were sponsoring the Sudanese government, the Islamists, Umar al-Bashir and all the clan, before, when they were in power. Now they are in power, but they are fighting and they are in war, and but before that, when they were in power and in control, they give the Qatar authority an upper hand on excavating in the pyramid area, and they took some of the artifact. They took it to Doha, museum, and they show people. So they're working with the Islamists in Sudan, and they are because when I'm saying this with a big positive energy, because when I say this, I know the Emirati. I know how they think. They think forward, and they see things before people see it. So they know about the pyramids in Sudan, and it's the biggest thing coming. Whatever you want to call it, nationality, you want to call it archaeology, you want to call it language, you want to call it big discovery, whatever, it's coming. It's coming. So who's going to benefit from this big exposure? The people who are going to benefit from this big exposure are the nations who are ready for it. The nation who can take it, yeah, who can actually have the consciousness for it. So, what the Qatari they want to do, they want to make a few buck, they want to make money, they want to, of course, now they have lost their chance, but they still, because they're still backing the Islamists in Port Sudan, and they think that yeah, we're gonna do this war. We're gonna push it until we're gonna implement the Islamists in Sudan in power, so they can enjoy the pyramid because they have like a motel, not a big hotel, a small motel, but a very luxurious. Like a luxurious guest house in the pyramid area. So the pyramid complex in a place called Bijrawiyah in the borders in Shendi, and around that area they built this guest house for the battery is running short, so I'm going to finish this with saying that back the supporters, the national project, support us, Sudanese people. We need to get together. We need to have a national identity. Emiratis, we need to get together to beat the Muslim Brotherhood and to achieve peace and prosperity in our regions. I thank you. Until we have more broader discussion on the topic, we definitely, I'll be very interesting to have a one-on-one with the Emirati activist. I think would be a great dialogue we can have on these topics. So thank you, and we meet again.